96.5 The Fox, Bismarck Mandan's classic rock station with free beer, hot wings every weekday morning, and we are just a few days away from Great White and Autograph this Saturday, July 11th, Prairie Knights Casino, and Michael Lardie of Great White, nice enough to jump on the phone with me today. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Matt?
Not too bad. Looking forward to the show on Saturday. And as I was prepping the interview and kind of getting ready to talk to you, I found it fascinating. Great White has been around for nearly 40 years.
I know, it's scary to think. No, it's actually in so many ways beyond awesome. You know, it's a dream we all had as kids, individually and then eventually collectively, to be able to make this a life, and we have been blessed and fortunate to make that happen.
What has kept Great White out on the road, performing, recording, doing all that for nearly 40 years?
I think it's just the love of the sound that is made when this group of people gets together and records or plays live. Hopefully, as a group, at some point, early in your career, you create a niche for a sound that is unique to what you're doing, and you can replace this person, replace that person over time, or you try different ways of doing it. But once you find that core sound, there is a joy of working together and making that sound, and you continue to do it, and for whatever reason the fans seem to respond to it.
What do you think it is about Great White that has kept the fans coming back? I mean, you guys have been at this, like I said, for nearly 40 years, and yet you're still playing shows. People are still coming to see you.
Well, we're very blessed, that people really appreciate the music. Hopefully the style of music we do with rock with like a very strong blues influence is a kind of music that people have responded to for years and years. I mean, classic rock has survived many different phases of music, saying, "Oh, rock is dead now." Oh, it is? Okay. But it keeps going, and it's just we've been lucky with this group of people to continue to write songs and have an interest in making new records. I think we might think that it might be time to call it a day if we decided to just be a greatest hits band.
And you just mentioned recording, writing new albums. You put a new album out in 2012 called Elation. How did the recording of that album differ from some stuff you did in the past?
One of the things that was different is we went in with what we thought were 10 good ideas, and we sat around in a acoustic guitar circle in the mornings and thought, hey, what do you got? Anything in that realm? And we ended up coming up with stuff that eclipsed what we already had. So we ended up writing 10 songs out of the 12 that appear on the record that were written actually in the studio, which had never been done before.
Is it true that you're actually working on a new album right now?
Yes, that is more than a rumor. One of the things about being in this business, if we consider what it is we do, we're performers and we're songwriters as well, and that's just part of what you do. So you continue to do it year after year, and even when you're not focused on making a new record, you still write songs. So we've amassed a pretty good backlog right now, and we're going through everything and deciding what's going to make it, and what is too weak is just put aside maybe for another day. But yeah, we are actively working on that.
How difficult is it to juggle writing, recording a new album, and then being out on the road at the same time?
I've never perceived it as being anything difficult. It's just, as you grew up and you went into the business and you started to do everything that you do, it's just a component of, what you do. Making a record, singing, and playing live, it's part of what you do. We're lucky that we get to have this for a living, like you said, close to 40 years.
Now, unfortunately, it's tough to talk about Great White without discussing some of the controversies over the years. Has there ever been a point that you've been in this band that you kind of thought maybe being in Great White was more of a hassle than going out and doing the stuff that you've been doing?
No, to me it was always, the love of the music and playing with these guys, no matter what came our way. And what did they say? The Chinese had said, may you be cursed with an interesting life. I think that is the road through being in Great White has been up, and it's been down, it's been arduous, and it's been amazing. So I don't know that at the end of the day, looking back on everything, I have wanted it to be just, uninteresting, because I think if that would have been it in sum total, we probably wouldn't still be doing it.
Now, for the casual fans, they hear Great White, they think of Once Bitten, Twice Shy and Rock Me, but there are technically right now two versions of Great White out there. How difficult is it being out on the road, knowing there's another version of Great White out there, Jack Russell's Great White, kind of attempting to do the same thing with your former lead singer?
Well, my basic, stock answer to that is we are lucky enough as Great White and being the trademark owners to be playing casinos, fairs, festivals, bike rallies, and our former singer is playing small clubs. So that's pretty, I don't know how, it doesn't seem very difficult to me.
Are there ever fans that are upset when they show up to a Great White show expecting kind of what they saw maybe in the 80s and early 90s, and then maybe they expect to see Jack Russell and he's not there? Do you ever deal with fans being a little upset about that?
It's in such a very, very small percentage, and our new singer, Terry Luce, really, so brings it every night that even if there are doubting Thomases by about song 3 or 4, they're like, oh, I get it.
Much like any other band that has had a falling out with a previous member, there are obviously going to be questions always about the possibility of reunion. At this point, you guys have been with Terry for a while now. Is there any desire to reunite with Jack Russell, and even do you care to do that anymore? Or are you guys you're set with Great White, you're good to go?
Yeah, we're set. I can't see the need or the desire to make that happen. I mean, it's like a shelf life on a marriage, I guess. You get to a point, you hit a wall, and that's, pretty much you call it a day. I mean, we'll always be proud of what we accomplished, back in the day, but, it has been time for, the last 5 years, and we've made that move, and we're moving forward, and that's what we think about.
Joined on the phone by Michael Lardie from Great White. They will be at the Prairie Knights Casino this Saturday night. Tickets are still on sale, still available. Make sure you get yours. You're going to be playing out there with the band Autograph, and that's a band that has spent basically 20 years apart. They played their last show together in, I think, 1989, and then reunited in 2011. How cool is it to be able to share the stage with a band that really hasn't really done much throughout their career?
Yeah, they've been doing great out there, just getting, back into it again. And, such a classic song they have with Turn Up the Radio. It's kind of looking forward to hearing that,
Again, the show happening this Saturday. Now, Michael, for fans that are on the fence about coming to Saturday Night Show, I mean, there's a lots of stuff going on in Bismarck, Mandan, in North Dakota this weekend. What can you tell them that might convince them, hey, you should come and check out this show. You should come see Great White this Saturday?
Well, one of the things I love about playing with Great White and the vibe that we put out to the fans is, everybody said, you look like you have such an amazingly fun time on stage. You're always laughing. You're just, you look like there's no other place in the world you'd rather be. And we get that way because of the energy we get back from the people in the audience. So it's so circular. So, if you're ready to have a good time and rock out hard, yeah, come see us.
Again, the show is coming up this Saturday, Prairie Knights Casino. Now, as mentioned before in the interview, you guys have been at this for nearly 40 years. Do you still get the same feeling when you walk on stage as you did when you first started?
Oh, yeah. It's still that adrenaline that is, it's just amazing, to think that you get to do this for a living, for one, and you get to do it with a group of people that you truly enjoy doing it with, and the response and the reaction that is when you play your music, the people respond to it, sing the lyrics, it's a part of their lives. It's certainly a part of our life, and that's the joy of doing it. So the excitement of doing it show after show, still after all this time, is still very much there.
As you and the other members of Great White continue to get older, how much longer do you guys think you can do this?
Well, I don't have the definitive answer to that, but it still makes sense for us to be doing it. We're still healthy enough, and we're still enjoying ourselves. So, no plans to stop just yet.
No plans to stop, and you can see them this Saturday night, July 11th, Prairie Knights Casino. Great White and Autograph tickets are still on sale. You'll be able to get them at the box office as well. Michael, we are looking forward to the show this Saturday.
Thank you, Matt. We'll look forward to seeing all of you down there at Prairie Knights.